Anderson! Talking about soaking, and it's like Mormons went from like, do they even know about sex, and then do this thing called soaking that involves a third person jumping on the bed, and it's like you go from not knowing about sex to having threesomes? Like that third person on the bed, that's a threesome. We've reached that part, well, no we haven't. We're gonna keep the show right on rolling. Put your hands together for the next comic coming to the stage, Leo Anderson!
So one of my friends works in theater, like public theater, and she was giving me some tips about public speaking. She said, the best way to project your voice through a microphone is to hold the microphone like a dick. I don't get how that's supposed to help y'all hear me, but... I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be great. I got some friends in the audience today. Yeah. Always nice having friends in the audience. Yeah. I've been doing comedy about 3 years, almost 4 years now. And what they don't tell you is that your friends will faithfully show up to about the first 2 to 3 shows. But then by show 4, they're like, oh, he's still doing comedy. Like they're all worried about you. Like, I just hope he kept his day job, you know? But it's always nice whenever friends show up because you can always have one little corner of laughs that you can fall back on, you know? They're always there to show you unconditional support. A lot of people don't believe unconditional support exists, but I've seen it in person. Anybody ever seen that show Family Feud? And the one thing about Family Feud is that no matter what dumbass answer you're telling Steve Harvey, your whole family's gonna be right there to back you up, talking about, good answer, good answer. Yeah, it's up there, Steve, it's up there. Never up there. Never up there. And you know, all my friends are here, now that I have them trapped. I wanted to shoot you guys a few of my business proposals. Yeah, I didn't know you were in a shitty episode of Shark Tank, did you? I have a few business ideas I wanted to pitch at you. My first idea is to create a spot at NASCAR races where people can hang out and get some downtime away from the race, you know, while they're waiting in their intermission or whatever. And it'll be a nice little spot to chill, a nice little spot to relax. I'm gonna call it the brake pad. That's fair. That's the right reaction to that, honestly. Don't worry, it gets better. My next idea is that I want to create a restaurant that specifically sells hot wings. That's not new. What is new is that this place will be called Icarus's Hot Wings. If anybody's a fan of Greek mythology, you know? One person's a fan of Greek mythology. They know what I'm talking about. But it's gonna be great because you know how like all these hot wing places have this little challenge where if you eat the hottest wings, you get a free shirt. And we're gonna have that. It's gonna be called the Too Close to the Sun Challenge. Don't worry, it's still getting better. It's still getting better, I promise you. And my last idea, which is near and dear to my heart as my personal favorite, is I want to create a coffee shop where all of the baristas are Jewish men. And it's going to be called Hebrews. One of my favorite things about doing that joke is like looking in the audience and seeing people who are like, oh God, where's he going with this? I always think I'm about to take a Kanye route. But no, not today, not today. Not ever, actually, not ever. Don't take that out of context. Like you might do it later. I came up with about half of those ideas when I was high. I don't smoke, rarely ever, but when I do, sometimes very few good things come out of it. The last time I smoked, good things did not come out of it. It was a bad time. It was a very stressful time. Whenever I smoke, I think this happens to a lot of people, but I got very hungry. And, you know, I go out to eat. So first I made a stop at Taco Bell, and I spent about $30 there. Now, you might not think that's a lot, especially with today's inflation, but think about how far $30 goes at Taco Bell. All right, you're about purchasing half the menu there, at the least. Now I was still hungry, so I decided to go to Checkers. And this is where I really made the mistake, because going to Checkers late at night, even if you're not high, is just a very stressful experience. Now, I don't want you guys to judge me, but whenever I go to Checkers, I like to order their hot dogs. I know it's yeah. I get glizzies. It's okay. Not only do I get the hot dogs, but I like to order them plain, because the thing is that I don't like mustard. I'm still really picky. But if you don't tell Checkers that you want plain hot dogs, they're only going to put ketchup and mustard on them. It doesn't matter if you tell them only ketchup. I'm very passionate about this, but it doesn't matter if you tell them only ketchup. They just, I don't know what it is, they still put ketchup and mustard on it. So I have to go in the drive-thru line, stoned out of my mind, and try to order these hot dogs. So I'm like, can I just get 2 hot dogs plain, fries and a Coke? Then the guy comes on the speaker box. I'm and I'm already high. I can't understand what he's saying. I'm freaking out. I just want my order to be right. So I'm like, look, I don't think you got it. I'm gonna read it back to you. Can you just get me 2 hot dogs plain, fries and a Coke? And he comes back on and goes, so I don't think I'm getting anywhere at this point. So I decided to just go up to the window and talk to the person that's in the window. And I'm like, look, I just want to make sure you got my order right, okay? I just want 2 hot dogs plain, fries and a Coke. Did you get that for me? Guy comes out the window, says, he has the bag in his hand. I'm kind of just freaking out at this point, so I take the bag and drive away. And I knew I should have checked the bag, but I was too high to think about it. Because whenever I checked the bag, what they did is that they put my 2 hot dogs in there, but there was no buns. It was just 2 hot dogs wrapped up in paper, and there was still mustard on them. So the moral of the story is you can't win. Thank you guys, it's been my time.